Hello again, everybody. It is the coach. You're tuned in to Madden 19 on EA Sports. We are just moments away from kickoff, and we've got a good one on tap between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Miami Dolphins. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half, but it's time for a little football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Thank you, Coach. From beautiful South Florida, there's a look at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Miami Dolphins. Hi, everyone. Brandon Godden, Charles Davis. Charles, you look at the Dolphins as they enter play in this one. They come in losers of 2 straight, so they're trying to right the ship here a little bit.
They're teetering a little bit, aren't they? And now things could really go south if they lose this game, so they understand the importance of playing well and stopping this streak.
Meanwhile, for the Bengals here, they've got to be pleased with the start to this season. Obviously, a perfect 3-0.
3 good quality wins, too. It's got people in the locker room excited. They're thinking that this could be their year.
They go play action here on first down. This one grabbed by A.J. Green. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The numbers for Green a week ago: 8 catches, 86 yards.
And I'd certainly expect them to use him quite a bit because he runs excellent routes, has good hands, and knows how to get open. I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
He's going to find his running back. It's complete. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first.
Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backs out of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now Dalton with a 1st and 10. Throwing the slant pattern here complete. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. And on the ground they go with the running back. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
And, Brandon, as we continue to see, so much of the influence on this game is now coming from those hybrid-type players. In this case, strong safety, not worried about covering the pass. What a play on the run.
Tackled for a loss.
Yeah, forget the pregame introductions. He introduced himself with authority on that play.
And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's third down. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it. They love it because now everyone gets locked in. Your confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sideline thinking to themselves and expressing, let's keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well.
And he gets this down to the 18. Good enough for a first down. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
A first chance in the red zone for the Bengals now. They have a 1st and 10 at the 18. Now a handoff looking right. So he got free of 1 tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity. And that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week. And right now, we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
That almost felt like the defense said, he is not getting in. What a play.
Not only stopping him at the line, but pushing him back a yard as well. Back at the 2 now. Here's 2nd and goal. He'll get it up the middle. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that is going to set up 3rd and goal. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he pulls his way into the end zone for a Bengal touchdown. A great play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals are going to take a first-quarter lead.
But they decided to run it in and got it done on 3rd and goal. A lot of times, that's a passing play.
And the kicker just has to come out for the PAT. He can breathe a sigh of relief as well, right?
Although I don't know if he's really breathing a sigh of relief. I think he likes to put 3 points on his ledger.
First and 10 for Dalton. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
One play has him to the 37 here for first and 10. On first and 10, here's Andy Dalton. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
It is hard in zone coverage to stop a curl route because when they see it, they just try and find the open spot and sit down.
Yeah, we always talk about finding the soft spot in the zone. What's the key to doing that? How do you do it?
You have to read what the coverage is. Is it 2 deep? Is it 3 deep? Because then you know where the linebackers are going to drop, what spots on the field they naturally get to, and you find that open space, and then you're in sync with your quarterback. He should be reading the exact same thing, and they put the ball right on you.
Catch number 4 for him on the afternoon, and it'll give him a first down. Dalton going to break the huddle, come up first and 10. And he's completed all 7 of his passes thus far. This will be Dalton again. And that's incomplete. He was looking for his favorite target, A.J. Green, that time. And now it's second down. Defensively, celebration time because they finally forced an incompletion. He was perfect throwing the ball to that point.
Yeah, but from his viewpoint, they didn't force the incompletion. He just missed. That's how hot he is right now, and that's how he wants to continue to throw the ball.
Passing again. Dalton on second and 10. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. And it'll be Dalton again. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he's taken down inside the 30. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
Andy Dalton now hitting on 80% of his passes in the early going. 8 of 10. It's first down. And again, Andy Dalton to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise. Because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Stopped short of the 25. The second effort couldn't free him. Mika Fitzpatrick made the play defensively, the first-round pick out of Alabama.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Dalton now to pass. And this is going to be incomplete.
We've already seen him catch a few passes out of the backfield in the first half, unable to connect on that one.
Certainly seems like getting him the ball out of the passing game, though, is part of their game plan.
It certainly is.
Second down, Dalton. Caught, Eifert over the middle. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. And give him a gain of 37.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
And they'll go with a ground attack here. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. 4 yards on the pickup there, and now they're left with a 3rd and 8.
He did have the touchdown run earlier, but not a heck of a lot more than that throughout this game.
No, not at all. In fact, I would say that this defense has done as good of a job on him as they have on any runner in recent memory. Third down, a shot here for Dalton. Oh, he may have gotten lucky. Tried to dump it off underneath on the check down. Nearly picked. Instead, it's incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Dalton throwing on second down. And a catch good. It's Eifert. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. Dalton to his big target, Eifert, for the Cincinnati first.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Dalton, 1st and 10. Looking left sideline, incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Another look for Dalton on 2nd and 10. Finding some room at midfield. And he comes back with one complete. He'll get 14 on that one. Good for a Bengal first down.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and this is what we saw there. A nice pickup for a first down.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 48-yard line.
Go, on the ball! On the ball!
Play action now, Dalton. Oh, did he hang on to it? He did on the dive. Nice grab. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
I know at retirement ceremonies, a rocking chair is often one of the major gifts, but don't give this guy one just yet. He may be plus 30, but my goodness, how about that effort?
Yeah, he's not that old. Hey, I'm on the wrong side of 32.
You okay? You feeling all right?
I'll be all right.
Okay,
I just need some chocolate and a box of tissues. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. So Dalton now throws a quick hitter on the slant. That's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
And they'll go on the ground. He'll have a first down inside the 10. And finally wrestled down at the 8-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown,
you're
without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the 2nd one.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. They come out here in the eye. They'll give it to him up the middle. And he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bengals are able to grow their lead. A good, sustained drive there in this 3rd quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did.
First down throw coming for Dalton. And this will be incomplete.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, helped force the incompletion.
Yeah, had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he finds some space past the 25 to the 27. Pretty good running there, 9 yards. Sets up a 3rd and 1.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Now the Bengals on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. It's caught. Jones. Three quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now in Miami. It's the Bengals in possession of the football and in possession of the lead as well as we start the 4th. Andy Dalton now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Play action here with Dalton. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 23 yards on the play.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. On 1st and 10, Dalton. Green's got it over the middle. And able to use his stiff arm for a little bit of leverage before he's taken down. A pretty good game.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves them with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Another chance for Dalton. And that is incomplete here.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry. Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of, otherwise he was going to get sacked.
Now the Bengals on 3rd down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. And they'll run it here. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Throwing on 1st down. Dalton. His throw incomplete.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. Dalton off play action. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. So another 3rd down conversion, and now they've got a 1st and goal. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
This is where coaches have to have spent a lot of time going over situations.
Cincinnati now ready to take the field. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
Now the Dolphins are going to halt the action here. It's a timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Right back to him on 1st down. And he'll be brought down just outside of the 30. Now the Dolphins are going to take another timeout here, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. So the defense had a chance to catch their breath, and now they're back out and ready. So they come up on 2nd down, and they can get another run like we just saw. Would likely put an end to this thing. And on the ground they go with a running back. And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. All right, so the timeout over, and all 11 men back out onto the field for the defense. Now the Bengals on 3rd down. Can't fault these numbers. 7 for 9 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he's going to get the 1st down as they bring him down at the 23. It'll go as a gain of 9, and that should write an ending to this one.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask.
Personal foul, face mask, defense.
They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. And they'll go with the ground attack here. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. A great play there. A 10-yard touchdown run. And the Bengals add on to their lead. Starting to really smell a 4-0 start right now. You can't ask for a better first quarter of the season than that. Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they can look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it. And they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to fix them, and continue to get better at what they do. But they also need a little adjustment with their confidence. To give up that many points, even if you win a game, that can hurt you.
So for Cincinnati, hey, they finish a perfect month of September as they move to 4-0 on the new campaign. And they'll return home next week to take on the Cleveland Browns. Meanwhile, for the Dolphins, they'll drop down to 1-3. And they will get a home date next week as they will take on the Buffalo Bills. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
Fellas, we've got to have a great practice today. There's no other option. We've got 17 weeks, we strap it up, and we get better each week. This is one of those times you got to take advantage of it, all right? So let's get at it.
Lady! Lady! Legs up! Lady! Lady! Stop! Lady! Lady! Legs up! Lady! 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 Grenade team! Lady! 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 Legs up!
Hey, you know what, men? That was pretty dang good. And you know what's really scary? It gets me even more excited? We're only scratching the surface of our potential. This team has so much talent. So just keep pushing, and we're gonna get to that next level.
Welcome in, everybody. It's the coach, and you're tuned in to Madden 19 on EA Sports. Up next, we've got what should be an intriguing matchup between the Cleveland Browns and the Cincinnati Bengals. With that, let's get up to Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati. For the call, we bring in our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Coach, it's the NFL on EA Sports, and there you get a look at Paul Brown Stadium on the banks of the Ohio River in Cincinnati. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Cleveland Browns and the Cincinnati Bengals. on first down. Dalton. Over the middle, complete. It's Green. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
Defense gives up a touchdown the opening drive. Offense, you got to want to get out there and get those points back right now.
And that's a sharp throw there to get this drive off to a good start. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, Dalton brought in here by Tyler Eifert. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a gain in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that opens things up for you on the outside as well.
That's where he, their big tight end, is so good, that middle third, the seam routes, the end routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well, and he's got it.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now a play fake here on first down. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. In for the score. And the Bengals are an extra point away from tying up this football game. So the quarterback drops to throw, looks over, and boom, a guy that wide open, he has to be thinking, wait a minute, this is some kind of a dream. This is too easy.
Yeah, a great dream. One you don't want to wake up from. But for the defense, almost feels like there was a bust in coverage.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. Down at the 2. Broke through first contact, but ultimately stopped shy of the goal line.
Anytime you eclipse 100 yards rushing, you deserve the acclaim that comes with it, and he got it. AFC Offensive Player of the Week last week.
And wasn't up around 200, wasn't in a crazy, crazy game, but very good, solidly in that driver's seat to win that award, and he did. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
Go, on the ball! On the ball!
He'll get it up the middle. And he is in. Touchdown, Bengals. A great effort there. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Bengals are in for 6. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how we're going to...
go on the ground. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. And an alley to run.
Well, it's time. What I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
4 down.
And they'll run it here. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. It's a 6-yard gain, and it leaves them looking at a 4th down.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive.
For many teams, the evaluation of tight ends has really changed. We used to wonder about how they would block first and foremost. Now we want to know how these guys can run because we envision them in offenses, catch the ball. How much yardage can they gain after that?
And that on display there for a good pickup. Play fake. Here's Dalton. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first. So 2 minutes to go in a wild first half. We'll come back to Cincinnati after this. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Dalton going to break the huddle, come up 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game. To throw here, Dalton. Over the middle, that's caught by Ross. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. From the gun, Dalton looks to throw. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. And he's going to get this inside the 30. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first. He's the reigning AFC Offensive Player of the Week, and defensively they have to find an answer for him.
And that's what you would do if you were calling plays, right?
Yeah,
you'd make sure that he gets targeted. But the thing about it is the route running. That's what makes him so dangerous, is because no matter what is presented defensively, he runs his route with such skill that he's able to go up and get the football first in each and every situation.
Dalton going to break the huddle, come up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Here's Dalton. Complete to the right side. It's Eifert. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. And on the ground they go with the running back. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad, because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a first down. So we've hit halftime all even at 14 apiece. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you guys in a bit. But first, let's take a look around the NFL here on this first Sunday of October. We'll get started up at FedEx Field in our nation's capital. And it's the Ravens who have the lead as they play the second quarter. 2 touchdown passes there for Lamar Jackson. From there, we're off to Tennessee to check on the Titans at home in Nashville. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Indianapolis Colts. 2 touchdown passes there for Marcus Mariota. Finally, we finish at MetLife Stadium to see what's going on with the Jets. And they've got the lead in their matchup with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Sam Bradford's thrown a touchdown pass. Meanwhile, in our game, no shortage of offense as each team has been able to move the ball effectively. Will the defenses show up in the second half? To find out, we give it back to our commentators, Brandon Cotton and Charles Davis.
Now they try the right side here. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. They'll run it now out of the gun. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long.
4 to go on the ball.
Dalton bootlegs out. He's got his man in the crossing route. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. And they're able to convert on 3rd with a solid gain of 23.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? That sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. Now Dalton with a 1st and 10. And Green with a catch left side. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again. Great change up there on the route and got that inside release, made it a successful pitch and catch.
Well, the first thing you want to do is have him thinking that you're going outside, make a move in that direction. Then you really don't run the route against the whole body of the defender. You run against a half of him, and the inside half, and he took it right across his face, got inside, and won that route in a big way.
And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Go on the ball. On the ball.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Michael Kendricks, the linebacker, there to get him down.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
We all love to have a home run hitter in the backfield. Guy can take it the distance. But in short yardage, trying to pick up first downs, that big guy, always a nice luxury to have, isn't he?
And they'll go on the ground. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9.
And that run was what a lot of people call an explosive run. Gave them good yardage, solid yardage. They feel good about the whole thing, and they did it behind a 2 tight end set. It's always interesting to watch what offenses want to do with the 2 tight ends. Sometimes they line them up together for a power set. Sometimes they put one on each side of the line of scrimmage to balance things out. No matter what, though, when you see 2 tight ends on the field, your first thought is to think run. In this case, the offense was able to run successfully.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line. He'll get 6 on the ground there, and it'll be 2nd and goal coming up.
Okay, no score on that play, but this guy's been a touchdown machine all year long. You know they trust him with the football.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll give it to him up the middle. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
Go on the ball.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he'll get it down close to the goal line, but not quite in. This defense bending but not breaking. It's a gain of 3. It's now 4th and goal.
That was a statement stop right there. Now it forces the opposing head coach to answer this question. What do you do on 4th down?
They go play action here on 1st down. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. So they took a shot on 1st down but couldn't connect. And that right there, his first incompletion of the game, pretty remarkable.
So let's start talking about all-time records, because with that incompletion, maybe over a 2-game sequence, or maybe starts a new streak now, because Ryan Tannehill, over 2 games, hit 25 straight. Now, the incompletion, we're taking this record out of play. But Mark Brunell, when he's at Washington, 22 straight completions to start a game. This guy's on fire.
Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Now the Bengals on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Dalton. And that is incomplete. E.J. Gaines the one that time to knock it away.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
First and 10 for Dalton. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards.
I got the sense that the defense created a little momentum for them there, didn't it?
Did their job, forced the punt. Now, nice start to the drive. Offense has to do their part.
Yeah, they certainly do, but what a great start for them. They got to go thank the guys on D.
Dalton sets up play action. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Andy Dalton now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Passing, it's Dalton. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 10 more there and another first down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch.
Go on the ball. On the ball.
And they'll run it here. Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. The defense, they got a little bit of a breather. Now they're back and set as we resume play. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. And on the ground they go with the running back. And he'll work his way inside the 30 now to the 28. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. So a defensive timeout, chance to regather, regroup, and get set as we resume action. The Bengals on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And down inside the 15 he goes. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. And now following that timeout, the defense back out onto the field. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. Showed off the toughness, but still corralled shy of the 5 at the 6. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. So they come up on second down, and they can get another run like we just saw. Would likely put an end to this thing. Now a handoff looking right. And he bowls his way into the end zone for a Bengal touchdown. A great play there. His 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. And the Bengals are able to grow their lead.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a 2-score game. You're inside of 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
Now they try the right side here. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for the Bengals, their strong September has carried over to October as they move to 5-0. And they'll get another home date next week as the Jaguars will come to town. Meanwhile, for the Browns, the loss will move them back to 3-2 on the year. And they'll be back home next week for a date with the Washington Redskins. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.
too many mistakes this week, okay? The coaching staff has gone in. We've simplified the game plan. Let's go out here and execute. Hey, we got to execute to win. Hey, man, that was great. I mean, you had a great day today. You finally getting it. You're starting to turn the corner, and that's what we like to see as a coaching staff. Show us some more.
Hey, everybody, it's the coach. You're tuned in to Sunday Night Football on EA Sports. On tap, we've got what should be a fairly intriguing matchup between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Cincinnati Bengals. I'll join you again at halftime to look at some of these stats and scores from earlier this afternoon. But for now, it's Sunday Night Football. And on the call, as always, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
From the banks of the Ohio River, there's a look at Paul Brown Stadium here in Cincinnati, Ohio. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Cincinnati Bengals. Hi again, everyone. I'm Brandon Godden. To my left, Charles Davis. And, Charles, you focus on this Bengal team entering play. They've certainly found their groove of late, winners of 5 in a row.
And I think the sky's the limit for this team. They're playing the best football that they've played in a long time.
Meanwhile, on 1st and 10, here's Andy Dalton. And his first pass is incomplete. He was trying to get it to T.J. Jones that time. And that'll bring up 2nd down. He was all over that route defensively. Now, they had 2 picks last week as a unit. Couldn't quite grab that one.
Patience, Grasshopper. Patience. It's early in this game, but you like the fact that they're around the football early. They're going to be upset they didn't haul that one in, but at least they're there at the moment of truth to make a play on it.
By the way, where did the grasshopper thing come from? I know it's been around for a long time.
Yeah, you know, I'll have to tell you that some other time.
All right, back to football. North of 100 yards, the 2 scores. And, you know, you got to give a lot of credit to the O-line. We talked a lot about him, but offensive line was good, too.
They're obviously in sync with each other, whether it's zone blocking, power running game, no matter what. He understands how to read them and find the creases that they provide.
He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
Six yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Andy Dalton. He's going to loft one deep left side here. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. A.J. Green, 77 yards. And the Bengals are going to take a first-quarter lead. Well, you know he can be explosive, and he's ultra-explosive there on the fly route.
And you know how many times we've talked to coaches and we've had quoted back to us, well, you know something? When you execute really well, it doesn't matter if they know it's coming or not. But sometimes athleticism beats you as well. He just took off and went. That's almost like one of your Turkey Bowl games, isn't it? Just go long, man. I'll hit you. And it worked really well for them.
Throwing on first down. Dalton. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
So much of this game is about leverage. We always talk about low man wins in the trenches. Well, it's like that in just about every position. Lose that leverage.
On first down, Dalton. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Ross. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains. Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. On 1st and 10, Dalton finding his safety valve here. That's complete. Again, the juke. Still shedding tackles. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Just the first quarter, but tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you from my days, I remember being in college and worrying all off-season about our season open opponent, and they had a receiver that could shake and bake with the best of them. I tackled him on the first pass of the game, and the relief was incredible. Ended up having a pretty decent ball game. But if I'd missed him, it would have been a different story. Long night.
And before they can get settled in here, time expires. On the first quarter of action. 7-0 is our score. We'll return to Cincinnati after this.
The NFL on EA Sports is fueled by Gatorade, the sports fuel company.
Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, and it's the Bengals with a football to begin quarter number 2. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10. This will be Dalton again. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. 12 more yards there and another first down. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
A first chance in the red zone for the Bengals now. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 15. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Calais Campbell on the stop. Boy, that's a lot of sirloin steak to be taken down for no gain, partner.
Are you trying to suggest that he is a huge man?
He is
not just a big man, a huge man.
Big boy.
Well, how about the credit then for the defense to be able to chop that big tree and put him on the ground?
I know back when you played, it took 4 of you to take a guy like that down, right?
Well, that's for sure. And you know what else? I didn't want to challenge him at dinner either.
And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals. A great effort there. His 11th touchdown of the year. And the Bengals add on to their lead.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness. You got...
throwing on first down. Dalton. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play on the football.
Andy Dalton now hitting on 80% of his passes in the early going. 8 of 10. It's first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. They'll get 14 on that one. Good for a Bengal first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. We'll come back to Cincinnati after this. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On first down, Dalton. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. 11 more on that one, and another first down.
If you're running out route, it's likely you end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
And they'll go with a ground attack here. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Miles Jack there to make the tackle. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
Now a handoff looking right. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third.
Brandon, one thing about blitzes, they really confuse offensive linemen at times, and what you have to do is lock in on the guy right in front of you. If you don't, you saw the end result. Defensive tackle ended up making the play.
Third down, a shot here for Dalton. He's got his man here. It's Green. And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. Dalton to Green for a Cincinnati first. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
And they'll go on the ground. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. A great play there. His second touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season. And the Bengals are able to grow their lead.
Heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cook.
And they'll run it here. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. first down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Malik Jackson there to make the stop.
He may be a bit undersized compared to the modern-day NFL defensive tackle, but what he lacks in size, he definitely makes up for it in his ability to make tackles in the run game as well.
The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20. Dalton throwing on 2nd down. The left side completion to Jones. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. And on the ground they go with the running back. And he'll take this one across the 45 up to about the 46-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Cincinnati now ready to take the field. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing.
Tyler Eifert, and all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Tyler Eifert, his first touchdown on the year. And the Bengals add on to their lead. When they drew that up, I don't think they envisioned it ending in a house call, but he got it and took it all the way home.
Really impressive run after the catch, wasn't it? That was really special by him. But let's face it, in today's NFL, those tight ends are often former wide receivers or maybe even sometimes bigger running backs. They just put them in a position to get a great matchup and make plays like that.
Dalton, 1st and 10. And pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
It's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And a nice run past the 30-yard line there. 2nd down, a little more productive than first. 7 yards on the gain. It gets them to 3rd and 3 now.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
They look to throw on 3rd with Dalton. Got a man, it's Ross, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a Bengal 1st down, a pickup of 11.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. They'll get 14 on that one. Good for a Bengal 1st down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down 4th quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys, they're just saying, let's just keep running it out. We've got him now.
He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. And looking to put this game on ice in the 4th quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And room there to work it inside the 25. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. Starting to look like this drive, it may be the final nail in the coffin.
Well, this is why you work out so hard, right? This is why you spend all that time in the offseason. This is why you have those OTAs and minicamps. For these situations, these scenarios, to run someone into the ground and secure a victory.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And they'll go with the ground attack here. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. And they'll go on the ground. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ball game. So the defense had a chance to catch their breath, and now they're back out and ready. Now this is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop them here. Now they try the right side here. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
And they'll run it here. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Barry Church, the strong safety, the one to get him down. And now the question everyone's wondering, look at the clock, late fourth quarter, do they put the ball in the air here on third?
I don't. I run the football, and I tell my offensive line, no leakage up front. I don't want my running back hit as I hand the ball off to him. I don't want any type of an issue. But if I am going to throw it, quick throw, out to the perimeter, maybe one of my best receivers running a quick slant or something like that.
And on the ground they go with a running back. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. It's a gain of 8 there, and that should be enough to seal the victory. I think this defense tired of seeing him run the football, and this D-line probably getting sick of the O-line as well.
And as I'm watching this, I'm thinking about a conversation I had with Adam Gase, the head coach of the Miami Dolphins in the offseason. He told me that he asked his running backs each week for their favorite runs. Give me your 3 top runs. And right now, you're seeing a guy that's probably using his top runs to great advantage in this game.
He is in a zone. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
Well, I know at points of this when you wanted to close your eyes because of all the points that were being put on the scoreboard. You're a defensive guy, but it was a fun little track meet, wasn't it?
It was, and you know the people really enjoyed this game? They're the ones that like going to batting practice at the Major League Baseball parks, right? Seeing the 14-11 game, that sort of deal. That's right up their alley with what we saw in this one.
So for Cincinnati, they remain as hot as anyone, 6-0 now through the first month and a half. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for Jacksonville, they taste defeat for the first time this season as they drop to 5-1. And they'll try to rebound next week on the road in Nashville. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.
Hey, boys. Coming out of yesterday's practice, we all know it wasn't good enough. Today's practice, it's got to be great. Game day's coming fast. Let's go out here and let's be great, okay?
Lady! Green 18! Hands up! Hands up! Lady! Green 18! Hands up! Lady! Lady! Hands up! Lady! 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 Hands up! Lady! Lady! Hands up! Hands up!
You know what, men? That was pretty darn good. And you know what really gets me excited? The fact that I know we can get better. You guys have so much room to improve still. That is exciting. Let's go out here and next practice, let's improve.